In this presentation, I demonstrate how to complete Task 9 from Assignment 1A. The assignment states that we need to calculate the mean, median, mode, standard deviation, the range, and the interquartile range for a data set that has been provided to us. The data set is days of marriage of celebrity couples. The couple that lasted the shortest lasted 2 days, and the couple that lasted the longest lasted 1657 or 1,657 days. The easiest calculation is the range, which is actually the largest value subtracted from the smallest value. In this case, the answer to that is 1655. Another very easy calculation with Excel is to figure out the mean, or calculate the mean. As a matter of fact, I won't ask you to compute the mean. You can simply select the data and look at the bottom right corner on the Excel sheet, and it will be calculated for you. 238.9. So we'll simply enter 238.9. The median is the center value. In this case, we have 11 cases. The center value of 11 cases would be something like 10.5. In the case of this uneven, the recommendation is to take the data set, add 1, and divide them by 2. So we take 11 plus 1 is 12, divided by 2 is 6. The median is thus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The sixth case, 143. The mode is the value that repeats itself the most in a data set. In this case, 150 is repeated twice, so 150 is the mode. Standard deviation now is a little bit more challenging because we need to actually create some computations. First, we need to use the mean to determine what the variance is for each one of these scores. That is the distance of the value from the mean. So what we do is we click on that cell, the next cell, we type in equals, we open a parentheses, we type in or click on cell A2, and then we subtract 238.9 from it, and we close parentheses and click on enter. By grabbing the bottom right corner, we can pull down, and now we can have the value or the variance for each one of these scores away from the mean. The next thing we need to do is we need to square these values because we can't work with these negative values. And so what we do is we type equals, parentheses, click on cell B2, and then square it, and close parentheses. As you do that, now you have a squared value. By clicking on the bottom right corner and pulling down, we have now squared each one of these values. The sum of the squares is the next number that we need to calculate. So let's bring that sum of the squares here and say, what is the sum of the squares? Actually, very simple. We can select all these and look at the bottom here and find out what that number is. Or we can type equals here, open up a parentheses, and simply say sum, let's go equals sum, open up the parentheses, select the squared values, and close the parentheses. And the sum is now 2,268,541. To figure out what the variance is, we're going to take n minus 1 and divide the sum of the squares. So let's go ahead and click on, type variance, if I can actually spell it, and take this and divide it by 10. So it'll be equals, I'm going to open up a parentheses, I'm going to click on this value, and I'm going to divide that by 10. And now we have our variance. The standard deviation is this value square rooted. So we can say simply standard deviation, which we have already up here. This is actually abbreviated with an S. is, and I clicked on that and it turned into SS, and I don't want that, so the standard deviation is going to be this value divided, the square root of this value, so equals parentheses, click on the value, equals square root, if I can spell it, parentheses, number, close, enter, equals square root of this number, and now we have the value of 476.229. And that completes that assignment. Oh, actually, we have to figure out what the interquartile range is. I'm going to type in interquartile range here because we actually have 4 values that we will be accounting for, or 3 values actually. So let's go with IQR1, and IQR1 is going to be equals, and we're going to say quartile, and we want to exclude the 0 and the 1, and so we're going to click on that, we're going to select the array, and we're going to click on comma and say we want the first quartile, close the parentheses, and enter. 26 is the first quartile. IQR2 is going to be calculated in the same way, equals quartile, and we're going to select the array, comma, 2, which is the 50th value, or the 50th percentile, 143, which matches with the median appropriately, and the IQR3, which is, again, quartile, equals quartile, excluded, select the array, and then click and ask for the number 3, which is third quartile, and that is 150. And of course, the maximum value is 1657. Now we've completed the assignment. We can demonstrate very quickly how to complete this using Excel without having to do all the extra work. So I'm going to copy that data set over here. And if you have already installed your data and analysis add-on, then you're ready to go. If you haven't done that, click on File, Options, click on Add-ins, select Analysis Tool Pack, click on Go, make sure that it is checked, click on OK, and now you're ready to analyze. Click on Data Analysis, click on Descriptive Statistics, click OK, select the array of data that you wish to analyze. Let's go ahead and click on day as well, and then click again on this, I guess it's an Excel sheet prompt or queue. Let's tell Excel that we have labels on the first row and that we want summary statistics, and we want the confidence level for this, and what else do we want? The interquartile range. We might get some of those values here. So let's go ahead and click on OK. And now we have exactly the same thing as we have on the previous page, but completed in a much quicker fashion. As a matter of fact, we have more statistics. We have kurtosis, skewness, we have the range that we have found in the other one, we have the maximum, the minimum values, and we have the sum, we have the count, we have the confidence interval, and we actually don't have the interquartile range. So that is the only one that you will have to figure out by hand in this case. Means 238, the standard error is 143.6, the standard deviation is 476. Let's double check that, 476. Yes, it is. Very good. So we have completed the assignment, demonstrated assignment 1A and actually assignment 1B. Probably not entirely because I haven't done this on SPSS. I will include a new video for that.